Hi guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to my bedroom floor. I do have the camera set up today so you can see my face and you can see the cards as they come out. I don't do like a Celtic cross spread or anything like that when I'm asking questions like this. I just ask the question and see what energies come out. But this way you'll be able to kind of see what comes out, and I'll hold them up for you like I always do, but some of you requested to be able to see those. So I'm working on a desk that I can sit at so that you can sort of have that bird's eye view of the cards as well, but I don't have it yet, so please be patient with me. Two things also before I get started. There are some very loud chirping birds behind me, so if you can hear those, I apologize. And they are pressure washing my building, so if you can hear that, I apologize. I'll try to speak louder, but I think they may have gone on lunch break, so we might have lucked out. So the questions that I have are very interesting today. I didn't get finished yesterday, and then I have new questions for today. So I'm going to start with the ones I didn't get to yesterday, and then we'll move on to the questions from today. And you guys let me know what you think by liking and commenting down below. I do read all the comments, even if I don't respond to every single one. I do try to at least like it or heart it so that you know that I saw it. I appreciate you guys so much, so I want you to feel that you're appreciated and validated here. So first question I have, Prince Harry, drug overdose. Is that Meghan's plan? So is Meghan planning to bring Harry over to the States and then have an accident happen, I guess is the question. That's pretty dark. That's a dark question to ask. But it's somebody's theory. Maybe she wants to try to have something happen to him before they're divorced, so that she's entitled to money. I don't know how it works. Does she keep the title forever, or does the Queen still take it away? I don't know how that works. It certainly would garner her sympathy and attention. I would like to think that she's not capable of something like that, but you never know about people. I also tend to say in my own life that anyone is capable of anything at any time under the right circumstances. So, does Meghan have a plan for Harry regarding isolation and substance abuse? I'm just going to put it that way. Page of Wands. Wands are fire energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Pages are messengers. Pages are immature. There may be some thoughts there. I know that swords are normally thoughts, but she hasn't put anything in motion yet because we have Ace of Wands in the reverse. Whew, okay. So this is interesting. So you have Page of Wands, Ace of Wands in the reverse, and King of Wands, which again is that fire energy, but it's a more mature version of that energy. So it's like a developing person almost. It's like a teenager going to someone in their mid-30s. It's a maturation. It's a growth. I think the idea is to become more powerful, because a page is somebody who's in the court of kings and queens, and then the king is the one that rules. I think that it's not at all about drug use, though. That's just not what I'm getting. I'll ask into the question, but here's the cards as they're down here in front of me. You have the page, you have the Ace of Wands reversed, you have the King of Wands. I think that the whole plan here, it doesn't have to do with harming Harry physically. It just has to do with she's going to feel more powerful here on her home turf. If she can come to LA and have Harry come to LA, I think that she's going to feel more in her power, more confident, more able to do and say the things that she wants to do. And that's one of the main reasons that she wants to come here. Right now, maybe she feels like a page, and once she's here, she's going to maybe embody that king energy. At least that's sort of what she's thinking is going to happen. Clarify this King of Wands for me, and the Page of Wands. Let's just clarify the whole thing. What else can you tell me about this, please? About Meghan's plans or why she wants to come to LA. Chariot in reverse and the Grief card in reverse. So Chariot in reverse and Five of Cups in reverse. So Chariot is about victory. It's about victory after battle. It can be about swift motion. It can be about travel. It can be about duality. The Grief card next to it, though, makes me feel that this is just her, I don't want to say feelings, really, because I don't feel like it's, I think this is her. If you said, hey, Meghan, how's it going? She would say, I'm not winning at life right now. I'm tired of feeling sad. I just don't want any more of this. It doesn't even feel sad to me. It feels like a having to hide my face type of thing. Just don't look at me type of thing. Being criticized. There's a saying. There was a poster when I was in kindergarten. I went to a Catholic school in kindergarten, and Catholics are all about the guilt. And if you're Catholic, I love you. I don't mean that in a terrible way. I just, it's true. And there was a poster in one of the classrooms when I went to that school that said, when I do good, no one remembers, and when I do bad, no one forgets. And that's very much the energy I'm getting from Megan right now. She just feels like she can't win for losing, okay? All these Southern colloquialisms, I hope that you've heard some of them. I don't sound like a crazy person, but Chariot in reverse makes me feel like I'm not victorious. Nobody's recognizing me for who I am or seeing me in the way that I want them to. And that's why she wants to come to LA. It doesn't have to do with harming Harry at all. She does feel she's going to have power over him, though. That's part of that power thing. Power in herself, but also power in that relationship. Even if it's deteriorating, which seems to come up a lot for us in these readings, I do think she believes that if she gets him by himself, she may be able to convince him to stay with her or work out some other deal with her. Next question. Is Prince Harry Meghan's minder? That's interesting. Several have asked about the, has she been logged out of, sorry, Castle grounds, and does she have to have a senior royal with her? So is Harry Meghan's minder? What's going on there? And the King of Wands comes out again. You guys, if you want me to shuffle again, I will. 6 of Swords in the upright. Moving from somewhere, moving from a negative to a positive, moving from something even that you enjoy, but to something that you know is going to be better for you in the long run. It's a hard move. It's a hard move. And it's a woman and child again. There is a man on the boat, though, as well, so I guess you could say it's a family of 3. The Devil card comes out. Feeling bound, feeling trapped. This is also substance abuse. Can be. Any kind of addiction issues. Old ball and chain. And the Moon. So secrets, deception, dark of night type of feeling. Is Harry her minder? So yes and no. I don't think that he's a minder in a babysitter kind of way. I think that she is being watched. I think that she's not trusted. Okay, I'm going to hold these up for you. King of Wands is Meghan in her energy and being very powerful or acting like she's very powerful or thinking she's the person in charge in a lot of things. And this has to do with the moving to LA. It also kind of feels like we have to watch her, make sure she doesn't steal the silverware type of feeling. Then we have the substance abuse, then we have secrets and lies. So I think that there are so many shady things, shady with the Moon card going on, that she does have a lot of eyes on her. I don't know that it's Harry because he didn't come out and I don't feel that. Someone is aware though that she does need to be looked after. And they do have eyes on her. So take that as you will. Hold on 1 minute, guys. I'm back. I'm so sorry. So the pressure washers were knocking on the door to let me know that they'll be pressure washing. So I had to go grab that real quick. I apologize. So next question. Does she have a handler? Kind of like that last question. I'm going to skip that one. Next question. On Meghan's childhood. This is interesting. I'm going to switch decks and go to my Wild Unknown deck for this. I do need to shuffle it. So Meghan's childhood. We know that there were challenges there. We know that there was difficulty, that she's from a broken home, that her family was non-traditional in a couple of ways. That it was an interracial marriage, that and I think that there are specific challenges that come with that. I think that there are specific challenges that come with growing up mixed, and I can't speak to that, and I don't pretend to know what that's like. But what I mean to say is that even now, people have issues with that. Some people take issue with that. So 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it would have been even harder. So let's just take a look at maybe some childhood things that have influenced Meghan and her ways of thinking, her ways of being. What can you tell me about Megan's childhood, particularly as it formed her as a person? What can you tell me about Megan's childhood, please? Thank you. Temperance. So in this deck, Temperance is a crane who is crying tears. And at the bottom, the water tears turn into fire. Okay? It's a balance of fire and water, yin and yang, north and south. Anything that's an opposite, it's trying to find the balance there. But this feels like it's emotion. This feels like learning at an early age to temper my emotions, learning at an early age possibly to hide those emotions. Maybe she came from a place where it wasn't okay to feel happy or to feel sad or to express how you were feeling, and she learned from an early age to tuck that away. What else can you tell me about Megan's childhood, please? Five of Cups. So there was sadness, there was grief, there was loss there. This could refer possibly to the loss of her mother or to the years that they were apart. She may have just been sad. You know, there are some humans who tend towards melancholy, and she may have been one of those, or dramatic even. Four of Swords. So she was in her mind a lot as a child. She went possibly to a place in her mind to find solace, to find comfort, to ground herself. Okay? She may have started with a spiritual practice or meditation at a young age as well. This is usually my card for meditation. What else can you tell me about Megan's childhood, please? Megan's childhood, as it formed her as a person. Another four. Four of Pentacles. And this, I heard money is tight. Money is tight. And these look like rubber bands around the pentacles there, so we're being stretched in all directions. There may have been a time when she was a young child that there were arguments around money. I feel like she observed others being stressed out about money, having to be creative with what bills to pay. She may have decided from an early age that that wasn't going to be her, okay? She was not going to be poor. She was not going to be broke. And 2 4s in a row there, stability, security. I do feel she was determined from an early age to build something for herself that was perhaps different than what she had. And look at that. So we have 9 of Swords and 5 of Swords that come out together, and look at the visuals on those cards. They're so similar. Worms cut in half. This card here is a card of anxiety, sleepless nights, night terrors, can also be self-destruction. This card here is about conflict, cutting off your nose despite your face, hurting each other on purpose. And this, I don't know who this was. I'm gonna ask. This may have been something that she was observing in the family. She may have had some mental issues herself in her childhood, because this one feels like self-injury to me, self-harm. Either to relieve some built-up stress or tension and emotion, or to get attention. Who is this referring to, the 9 of Swords, please? Who is this referring to? Who is this 9 of Swords referring to? Death. I'm taking this death card as literal death in this case because of the grief card that came out earlier, and because I now have 2 5s on the board too. So change, a lot of change. She searched for structure and stability. She clung to anything that felt like structure and stability. There was a lot of change. Change is hard for kids. It's hard for anybody, but you know, divorce and things like that are traumatic for children. I think more traumatic, of course, for children than for adults, because kids feel helpless. They don't know a lot about the world yet. The Death card comes out with the Nine of Swords. I hate to say, this makes me feel like it's a death of a certain kind, okay? A murder. Something happened around the death of someone. Anxiety and grief and really traumatic unresolved issues around the passing of some person who was either important to Megan or important to the family structure. And then I have the Judgment card that comes out with the Five of Swords. And Judgment is a second chance, a new beginning. Cutting myself off from people represents a new way of living, a new beginning, a new Megan, a new person. I have learned that if I separate this, if I separate myself, then I can recreate myself. And I feel like this was a pattern. So we're talking about going into middle school, I'm going to be somebody else now. Going into high school, I'm going to be somebody else now. And the way that I do that is to sort of get rid of the people who might disagree, who might remember who I was, who might object to this new person that I'm creating. I'll just cut them out, cut and cut and cut, and then I can keep having these other chances. So I feel like this behavior started when Megan was very young. I do feel there was some trauma in her childhood. I do feel there was something going on that she felt like she had to temper those emotions. She had to kind of choke it down. I hate that for her. That's not a good feeling. It doesn't feel good in my chest right now. She searched for structure and stability. She was very much inside her own head as well. She lost someone important to her. And this could be her mother. If this Death card just represents a big change, it could be when Doria went away for a while, that might have really, really affected her. She may have, children internalize too, and she may have internalized that to mean that, something about herself. So instead of ever feeling that pain again, she decided to start doing this, right? To cut herself off, to cut others off. I'm going to leave that there, but let me know what you think about that, because that's super interesting. Okay, somebody asked me, and I gasped when I read this question, because I have not heard this, but I'm going to ask it. Did Amy Pickerel have Prince Harry's love child? And this says the child would be 5 years old now. I have not heard this. This is brand new. What are you even talking about? But we're going to try it. Okay, let's just see what we get. Did Amy Pickerel have Prince Harry's love child? I'm asking it like that, yes or no. Queen of Wands. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So destiny, karma, emotion, but in reverse. Ten of Swords. Ooh. Oh, oh. So if Queen of Wands is Megan, then this happening, maybe something wasn't moving fast enough. I'm going to clarify the Wheel of Fortune, actually, which is not something I think I've ever had to do, but this comes out as a betrayal card, or as an ultimate hurt card. Clarify this Wheel of Fortune in reverse for me, please. Knight of Swords, it's Harry. One more to clarify. Clarify Harry for me. Or clarify the Ten of Swords. What was the betrayal? What was the betrayal, please? Thank you. One more. What was the betrayal? Two of Swords in reverse. High Priestess, which is another 2 in reverse. So something to do with our relationship. 2s are about balance. So something that is imbalanced or made me feel off balance. against my intuition, a choice that I either couldn't make or didn't want to make. I'm going to keep clarifying. Clarify the Two of Swords and the High Priestess for me, please. There's no way for me to win. I don't feel victorious. That's that Six of Wands in reverse. The World in reverse. The World in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse to me feel like there's something I'm tethered to. There's something that I can't get rid of it. It just feels like, and it's painful, and it's like an open wound. You know, he talked about that festering open wound. This is something that's a festering open wound for Megan, and it may be a child, but I'm not getting a baby card. There's certainly something, we talk so much about what Harry found out about Megan, or may still be finding out about Megan. I do think there's something she found out about him that she didn't know. Her intuition didn't tell her. She didn't see it coming. This is removing the blindfold. Maybe in seeing something for what it truly is instead of what you want it to be. I don't see a baby, but I do see some, you know, something happened that made someone feel stabbed in the back. And I have both parties represented here. I'm getting nothing on this, so I'm going to let you guys interpret. You tell me what you think, okay? I have one more question to try to shove into this reading, and then I'll be done. Will the surrogacy be revealed? Will Megan's surrogacy and the fact that she wore a moon bump, because it is a fact, guys, will this be revealed? Are we ever going to know about it? Six of Swords. Maybe when she moves to LA or after she moves to LA, I think is what I'm getting. Just see what else comes out. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is a great card. Ultimate emotional fulfillment. Mother of Wands, Queen of Wands, again, is Megan. This is a very protective of my family energy. This is a snake wrapped around her eggs energy. Protecting that secret. Secrets come to light, though, don't they? Justice card comes out. Darkness to light. Fairness, balance, truth, communication. Things being very black and white. Father of Cups, King of Cups. King of Cups for me is William. So, Six of Swords, I think, is the move, represents their time that they're taking, or Megan's taking for sabbatical in LA. She's going to feel happier there. She's still going to feel very protective, which is really just telling me that it's not going to be Megan that reveals it, if that's the case. But we knew that. Then we have the Justice card that tells me yes, Justice and the Father of Cups and the King of Cups. Because William is a Cancer. He's very feeling. He's very intuitive. He's in touch with those things, but he's also able to cut that off when he needs to and just be very black and white. And both of these cards coming out together, they're very black and white. They're very just the facts. They're very yes and no. There is an absolute standard of truth type of energy. And I believe that he will either leak the truth or speak the truth once they've got her settled wherever she is settled, so that they can move forward, I think, as a family, as an institution. Okay, guys, let me know what you thought. Give me some thumbs. Give me some comments. Thank you for being here today. Love you so much. Bye-bye.